You already know this. Stay away from gambling. That could eat you alive. Take all your money. Alright, just to give you guys a heads up, see where my gas meter is at. It's a little over empty now. I was told from that bar right above empty all the way down to zero, you have about 150 miles left in your truck till you run out of gas, you run out of fuel. So just looking at that, I would guess I'm probably like 130 miles left, but I don't want to chance it. So what I'm gonna do, I'm over here at the Chevron. Like I said earlier, I'm over here at Chevron. The fuel here is $2.89 per gallon. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you guys a little trick. If I can find my pen, grab out my little thing, my little clipboard again. Okay, now the way you do it is you always want to do it per gallon. Your truck eats 7 miles a gallon. Okay, and that's just the general rule. Some places you'll get 8 miles a gallon, and the reason you can tell is that little computer screen right there. It'll tell you once I turn my truck on, it'll tell you how many miles to the gallon you're getting. Anyways, so 7 miles a gallon is usually average. Climbing uphill, downhill, whatever. By the end of the trip, you're averaging 7 miles a gallon. So in order for me to get to my next truck stop is where I really want to get to. It's going to be about 163 miles plus another, let's see, 30, 70, 50, 80. So we're talking 240 miles from here. 240 miles. Now, if you do the calculation, the reason why I'm not using a calculator is because it's on my phone and I'm using my phone to record. So 240 miles, okay, is how far I need to get to for the real, because that truck stop is $2.75 a gallon. And you know me, man, I'm penny pinching right now because I just barely leased my truck and last week, and so I kind of know the route real well. I've been running this route for the last 3 months. So where I need to get to is 240 miles from here, and you're gonna divide that into 7, so obviously 321, 304, 28. I'm trying to balance this and write at the same time, so you're gonna do 0.2. So you're looking at about 34 gallons, 0.2. So we'll say 35 gallons. But right now, like I said, I got about 100, where that bar is. And this is just what I'm going off of what my trainer told me. He said you have 150 miles from the time it reaches that quarter tank all the way down to empty. And empty being beyond that red, going past the red, because I've driven this truck. I've driven a truck before and went past that red and went all the way down to the last, the bottom line. So it doesn't mean that the first line of the red is empty. It means the very bottom is empty. So you're looking at 34 gallons, and that's 240 miles. But because there's already 150 left, or since I said 130, you're looking at maybe another 110, 110 gallons. So 110 gallons, we should have just done that right off the bat instead of 240. So bear with me right here. Basically, if you times it by 2, that leaves you at 140. You know what I mean? So we're looking at about 20 gallons, okay? Just to be safe, we're gonna do 20 gallons, because you never know, man. You never know what the dealio is, okay? 20 gallons, that'll put us 30 gallons over. I mean, if I really wanted to bust the calculator out, and be all technical and stuff. You know, that'll come in a later video, but I will, like, eventually I will be doing that. Like, I'm gonna be penny pinching to the max. Like, I'm talking every single penny will count. And the only reason is because, man, I ain't trying to, it all adds up, man. At the end of the year, if you're just doing it like you don't give a damn, at the end of the year, it'll come back and bite you in the butt, man. It'll add up real quick. So that's why, you know, little heads up. When you do in your math, divide it by 7 miles a gallon, because that's usually how much a Freightliner will eat up. So it's a little tip. I'm about to go fill me up 20 gallons so that way I can make it to my final destination. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna fill me up 25 gallons because the general rule is, see that? You don't want to be in the red zone in the first place. So I don't know why I'm gonna squeeze it down to the red zone anyways. This ain't football, you know. You don't want to be in the red zone. But I'm gonna do 25 gallons just to be safe, just so I can get to my next destination, and then I'll fill up to the mat. I'll just fill it all the way full, because that's the point. You want to fill it up full until you know, because when you're running down in California, you know, gas down there is like almost $4 a gallon, man. You don't want to be ripping yourself off. All right, y'all. All right, so I'm filling it up. And I told myself 25 gallons, but I'm gonna just really do 20 gallons because I just remembered that I was 30 gallons over 110 anyways, if you remember the equation. So 20 gallons. Yeah, I know I'm kind of slow, but you know, sometimes you just gotta. You guys are looking at it live. So 20 gallons. Alright, so this Chevron is actually pretty cool, not like the other one that I'm going to. But every time you fill up over here, and I only filled up 20 bucks, you get a meal voucher, free breakfast pretty much, or $6 off any other meal, and you get a free shower. So they give you this once you fill up, and so this is a pretty good spot to hit up. And they got cheap fuel, not as cheap as the next destination I'm headed to. Your receipt's gonna look different. It's gonna look like this, you know, not like the typical receipt that you get from Pilot and all that. I know I need an organizer, man. I'm kind of sloppy right now, but you know, like I said, just started my own truck. Put this up over here, you know, along with all my cards. I got like probably like 30 of them. I'm trying to collect. I want to buy one of those like baseball card collector books and collect all the trucks. But I would eat right now, but you know, I'm waiting in the fuel. I'm waiting in the fuel. I don't want to make the next guy behind me wait long. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I said you're looking at it live when I was filling up my tank was because you guys will be, I'll let you guys know if I break down. I mean, if I come short of fuel, I will let you know that I'm short, that I'm stranded on the side, that my calculations was off. So that's why I say you're looking at it live, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything, man. If it happens, it happens. You know, if I calculated wrong, then I calculated wrong. I'll let you guys know, and that way you guys can learn from my mistake. But that's how you do it, from what I was told, and it only makes sense. I mean, if you guys know basic math, you guys will know. I mean, 7 miles a gallon. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry, I'm only going like 5 miles an hour, so I'm gonna stop recording pretty soon. But if you see the, let's see. See if I can change this. You see that? 7.6 miles a gallon so far, and that's a trip that I took starting from Utah. All right, man, I gotta go. It's not from Utah to Cali, but anyways, peace out. All right, I got here to my destination. As you can see, Still got a little bit of gas, about an 1/8 tank left, so kind of did my calculation pretty good. And trying to minimize my spending on fuel, because you know, when you're owner out, man, every mile count, every little penny counts, man. All right, man, so we're in Fillmore, Utah, and that's the cheapest fuel right now. Well, actually, I wouldn't say the cheapest. I mean, you got a Maverick across the street, can't really zoom in. Maverick's the same price, but it's the cheapest one that'll take COM data. So if you guys are in Utah, that's the cheapest. The cheapest one right now is actually in like right outside of Cedar, Utah. I think it's called Parowan. The city's called Parowan. There's a station there that it's like a Shell or something that's $2.79. So here it's $2.85. I thought it was $2.75, but they raised it 10 cents. So it's getting more expensive, man. You guys better keep an eye on fuel. When you guys want to be a lease operator, you guys got to know how to manage it. As you can see, I only got one side filling up. The reason being, I only got one side. Look what that set at, man. It's 65. You might as well go in there and chill in the sauna. But that's what they wanted me to set it at, 65. So I was like, what the hell, man? It's warmer in there than it is outside, man. Out here it's 40 degrees. So anyways, yeah, I only do one side because this route that I'm doing, it's going to be the Southern California route for about a couple weeks because it's snowing going through Sacramento, so they're not going to send me to Sacramento anytime soon. So this southern route, this is where I always fill up. And since I'm only about 2 hours away from home, I only fill up one side because when I'm heading south, then I fill up both sides. You know, that's the only reason why. It's just something that I do. Y'all don't really have to do it, you know, like filling up one side all the time unless you guys find cheaper somewhere else. But that's just something I do. Fill up one side because I'm only 2 hours away from home, so I don't really need to fill it up all the way. Especially if you're getting close to the cutoff pay period, you know, you kind of need to want a little bit bigger check coming up the following week, so you don't want to overfill, you know, your fuel. That way you can give yourself a little bit bigger paycheck the next week. So yeah, just little pointers, little tips that I learned. I'm still learning, man. I've only been in the game for like 4 months now, so I'm still learning. But there you go.